We got some cool new Watch Dogs Legion footage. I want to take a closer look at the world map, talk about the storylines that we will follow, some online details, just a roundup of the recent news and when we can expect more Watch Dogs Legion footage. So let's get into it. It would of course be awesome if you could leave a like on the video as it shows your support, and let's go. It's time to start my big Watch Dogs Legion Ultimate Edition giveaway. I like to do it for all the big games that I'm excited about and want to cover here on the channel. This pack includes the Season Pass that adds 4 iconic heroes. It has some cosmetics and way more. So just follow the link in the pinned comment for a chance to win, and be sure you are a subscriber of the channel before you enter. If you win, then I will reach out with an email before the game is out, so you still got time to get the pre-order bonus as well. Let's start with that world map that was actually briefly shown in recent gameplay. We know that the game of course takes place in a futuristic London, so that means that there are a ton of landmarks that will be familiar if you live or ever been to London. On Twitter they showed an awesome example of the Palace of Westminster in real life versus a screenshot from the game, and it looks very good in comparison. But let's go back to the world map, because the first time we zoom out we actually see some question marks on the map. So those are obviously undiscovered locations, your typical open world stuff. And Ubisoft notes that there are 8 boroughs in the game. We got Camden, Westminster, City of London, Hackney and Islington, Tower Hamlets, Lambeth, Southwark and also Nine Elm. And they should all have their own identities in terms of look, and also locations that have special challenges, as we briefly see in this example. In Camden Market you for example have to install backdoor in a CTOS hub and win a round of bare knuckle. So that is the fighting sport we saw briefly highlighted in the first E3 trailer. Should be a fun side activity, and there are valuables to collect in this location as well. And every borough should have different NPCs walking around, like a complete style for every borough. So it might be that you like the NPCs in Camden the best, it's possible. I can totally see that you would look at this map and think, that doesn't look that big. I would understand. I think it's hard to say how big it will feel. All I know is that the E3 demo that I got to play did feel pretty large from my experience. And that was only the part that is like inside the red lines. So there's way more to explore. I think it's hard to judge looking at the map if it will be big enough, but if you for example look at the roads, they are pretty tiny. So I think the size will be fine, but also that we can really judge when we see more. We will mostly be discovering London by completing the 60 main missions that appear with a yellow marker on the map and that come in 5 different categories, all with their different focus. We already saw a quick look at the mission menu in the gameplay they released with a description of the Deep State storyline. So in this storyline it's basically about the nation spying on the people of London, something that is brought to your attention via a whistleblower that you now want to meet in this mission. But there are also storylines about Albion, the private military organization who's now taking control over London, and in this storyline you want to fight back. And there's also a crime family, Clan Kelly, and they also have a specific storyline about them where you will learn how they came to power and what the bad stuff is that they are doing. An AI storyline is in the game, so the future of technology and Bloom's role in that. So Bloom is the evil corporation of course from the previous games. It's not the main villain in Watch Dogs Legion, but it still plays a role. So while Ubisoft is still pretty careful with sharing the details regarding the storylines, I did learn that there is another storyline about the previous DedSec. So there was previously a DedSec in London who disappeared, and in this storyline you will be finding out what happened to them and where they went. So that sounds pretty intriguing for sure. Now let's go back to that mission menu, because I think the globe that we see there is likely for the online stuff. So Watch Dogs Legion will be playable online with up to 3 players, so 4 players in total. And then you will have special co-op missions that we also saw in Watch Dogs 2. Ubisoft now noted in a tweet that it will also include Endgame Challenges, so challenges for high-level characters. And I'm curious to learn how this will work in Watch Dogs Legion, because do you reach the end game when one of your characters reaches the max level, so level 15, because then you can do these activities pretty early in the game, I would think, if you just focused on leveling up one character and did not switch between other operatives. On the other hand, it would also mean that if that character then died from this endgame challenge, that you would need another level 15 character to complete it with, right? I never thought of how brutal the permadeath would be in the online multiplayer of Watch Dogs Legion. What if another player kills you? Will you then lose your character? That sounds really harsh. Or if you do this challenging endgame activity and then die because it's challenging, so obviously you're gonna fail once, will you then lose that character? Maybe they will do permadeath servers so that you can choose if you want to lose your character in competitive multiplayer or not. That would be interesting. You can actually do a pretty cool battle royale if the character that you played with would actually die, like permadeath. A lot of questions, but we should expect more on the online mode closer to launch. So I really like that while we did have that big info blowout at E3, Ubisoft is still slowly giving us new footage for the game, like this short new trailer for one of the characters that you can recruit. Let's take a look.
After my service in the military, there was a different kind of battle back home. Now, I fight to help Londoners take their city back. My name is Stephen James, and I'm just an ordinary bloke doing his part. They wanted a fight, but they're getting a war.
I think here we see one of the early cutscenes, maybe giving you an idea of what is going on in the world of Watch Dogs Legion when you start the game, where the private military is fighting the London citizens that are causing an uproar. He is an enforcer, this character, so yes, he has the sticky mine ability. I of course made a video talking about all the classes that will be available in Watch Dogs Legion. I will link to that at the end of this one. I really like the outfit from this character, like the one you can buy in one of the shops in London. No, but just cool to see fun little trailers for these characters pop up. We also had small footage of a soccer player that you can recruit. And we got this one with Helen, for example, who shows you how to use a taser.
Welcome back, my darling viewers. Today I'll be showing you some handy uses for the simple household taser. It really is a versatile little gizmo. Brilliant for getting out of tight little spots. And really leaving a sparkling impression. Little prick. So don't be shy, get stuck in. Next time we'll look at how to get the best out of those nifty new spider bolts. Aren't they adorable? Cheerio, darlings!
Watch Dogs Legion will be at Gamescom from August 20th till August 24th, Ubisoft confirmed, so I totally expect some footage like we saw at E3. Hopefully they will stream it again, so we can just watch it live and then as a video on demand. The game is not playable for if you go there. You will stand in line for a hands-off presentation. Should still be cool, but playing of course is more fun. Again, I hope they showcase the gameplay to everyone who cannot make it too. Watch Dogs Legion is also part of the Ubisoft experience in Birmingham and will feature a live gameplay demo and developer Q&A session there. A question I saw a lot on Twitter while doing research for this video was that people were asking regarding a Switch version for Watch Dogs Legion, but Ubisoft confirmed that this is not coming. Not strange, but I still wanted to throw it out there, so that is also likely not something you will hear during that Q&A. I don't think that the Q&A or the live gameplay demo will be streamed. I really think that you have to go there in person. So I think that Gamescom is a safer bet in terms of new footage for Watch Dogs Legion. There will be this Gamescom opening night on Monday, August 19th with announcements and new trailers, and Ubisoft will be there, so could be that we get a new look at Watch Dogs Legion there. And Google also announced a new Stadia Direct for their upcoming streaming platform. And last time they had Ghost Recon Breakpoint, so maybe they want to switch it up. I think Ghost Recon Breakpoint will totally be part of either the opening night or the Stadia Direct, but maybe Watch Dogs Legion will get a trailer too. And speaking of the devil, when doing extra research for this video, I saw this recent tweet that Google Stadia put up. Who knows what will be revealed in next Google Stadia? See the latest games added to our lineup August 19th, and in this image you do see Watch Dogs Legion. No Ghost Recon Breakpoint. You do see Watch Dogs Legion, also Assassin's Creed Odyssey, by the way. So I totally think that we will at least see some footage of Watch Dogs Legion during the Google Stadia Play. So I think it's safe to say that you want to keep an eye out on August 19th and the 20th for new Watch Dogs Legion stuff if you want to see more. When we know more, I will of course also let you know here on the channel, so totally subscribe for everything on Watch Dogs Legion if you haven't already. Like this video to support the channel and totally go participate in that Ultimate Edition giveaway in the pinned comment. Watch my previous Watch Dogs Legion video as well if you haven't already on all the free classes in the game that you can choose for the NPCs that you recruit. And I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.